Hello, everyone. Welcome back to day 3. The week is marching on, but I'm having so much fun playing with these new products and sharing them with you. So this is my virtual catalog walkabout as we walk through the catalog featuring different products. Today we're working with an exclusive Sale-a-Bration item. Let me just pull up my Facebook page here just so I can see it. There we go. So with Sale-a-Bration, as most of you already know, because I've been talking about it all week, Sale-a-Bration is the time in January to February. It's usually a 2-month promotion where when you purchase anything from all of our current catalogs, so that includes the new Spring Mini catalog that runs from January to April, and it includes our annual catalog. Any purchases you make that value $60 before tax and shipping, you get to pick something for free from the smaller catalog. So I'm going to turn my camera down right away so I can explain that to you. So here we go. Let me just move my keyboard out of the way. So here we go. This is the Sale-a-Bration catalog here, and I am looking at this stamp set right here, this beautiful Watercolor Melon. It's the kind of the first stamp set that I was attracted to. Let me see. Of course, it is the first page, so I couldn't help but see it right away. But I love fruit-themed stamp sets. I find them just fun to work with. They usually either come with a punch or the ability to die cut some of the images. And they're just great for all kinds of summer birthdays and thank yous. I just love fruit and the colors too. I love the colors. Sometimes they come with fruit-inspired designer series paper as well. So I always look for fruit things. And as a matter of fact, in the mini catalog, you will see that there is, and I haven't ordered it yet, but it's on my list. Let me just see if I can quickly find it for you. There are blueberries. Oh, it's back here. Blueberries. Nature's Sweetness. Was that it? No, that's not it. Here it is right here. Check this one out. I think I'm going to need another light here. Okay, so this is, it's called Blueberry Bunches. So again, a beautiful fruit set. No dies, no dies. And so if you're going to cut it out, you're going to have to fussy cut. But it's so ideal for all kinds of watercoloring techniques, which I'm going to talk about today. And I just love the colors. So we've got some beautiful blue cardstock, and you could pair it easily. This is actually paired with the lovely lavender designer series paper. So any kind of blue or purpley themed or green themed papers that you have, it'll work great with. So this is on my list to purchase next time. And here they're showing you how you can use your ink pads and your water brushes to color. And if you get our Fluid 100, here it is here, our Fluid 100 watercolor paper, this will take a lot of water. So if you like to watercolor, then this is the best paper. You can watercolor on our regular basic white cardstock, but you have to be careful. You can only use your brush strokes once. Otherwise, the paper starts to pill. But with watercolor paper, it kind of resists that pilling. And yeah, so that's that. So you can pair this with your watermelons. And then we also have in our annual catalog, we have a delightful cherries set. I love this stamp set. It's called Sweetest Cherries, and I might be using some of the greetings from this one. I also pulled out another set. It's not fruit inspired, but it's got some fun little greetings on here. Happy birthday, hello there, friend. Just a note, thank you. This is called Darling Details. These two are in our annual catalog. Okay, and I am also pulling out this sketched plaid. I talked about it, I think it was yesterday, where I saw somebody make some cards with this, and I loved what they were doing with it. So I thought I would get it. I don't often get a big background stamp because I like to use my designer series paper, and often we get designer series paper with plaid designs on it. But I just love this because of a technique that she used. So she stamped it up first and then applied it to paper. And then with a ruler, she just added any number of other colored lines to it. And so she created her own paper, basically. It was kind of a fun thing. But we're going to use it today. This is a card. This I made this as soon as I got this stamp set. I made this card. It is more or less a cased card from the catalog. Let me pull that back up again. Here we go. Here's some of the cards here. There's 2 cards. So again, I just used an idea from this. Here's the full watermelon, and then the leaves are great. And I did this in shaded spruce. So I've got shaded spruce as the background. And then I used some other designer series paper to make a striping background. And then I did this little half piece of watermelon, and then I mounted it on dimensionals. I added some gems. And I changed this. Look at this. This I got from the cherry stamp set. Check this out. So there is a greeting that says, thank you for being so. No, that's not it. Hang on. You're as sweet as. Oh, maybe it didn't come from this stamp set. We have another stamp. This is you're as sweet as something. Now I can't remember what I got that from, but I actually cut out a piece of cardstock and wrote watermelon on here. So you're as sweet as, I'll have to look that up and find out what stamp set I'm used. I'm sorry. I thought it came from the cherries, but it isn't from the cherries. So I'll have to figure out where that was from. You're as sweet as something. I'll put that in my description when I end this live to let you know where I got that, because it's perfect for all of your fruits. You know what? I think it's coming from the grapefruit set or orange set. That citrus something. That's it. Citrus something that's also in the annual catalog. So I think that's where that greeting comes from. So you can change it to watermelon, or you're as sweet as cherries, or you're as sweet as whatever. Okay, so that's that card. And I love the leaves in here. And then I put a leaf on the envelope. Okay, so let's take a look and make a card. So I'm using my glass mat. I pulled it out yesterday for my first live, and I have to tell you, I am loving it. Loving it, loving it. So I'm going to use it again today. I found this piece, this silicone tray, really handy. I threw my dies in here. I threw my die cuts in here. This fits your little Stampin' Spots. It's just great. I love it. Okay, so I've got some stamps mounted on blocks already. The colors I'm using today are Flirty Flamingo and Garden Green. I've got my cardstock pieces here. So if you want to make this card later, I'll just tell you your layers. The layers are good for any card. You don't have to make this card. Just think about the layering. So regular half sheet of cardstock here, folded in half. This is water, what's it called? Flirty Flamingo, sorry. It looks like watermelon color. That's why I picked it. Then I have a layer of Garden Green, and this is 3.5 by 5. And we're going to put a plaid design on top of this. Then I have 2 extra layers. This little white layer is 2.25 by 3.25. And then the black layer is 2.5 by 3.5. And I'm going to put these together like this. And then I'm going to have my little slices of watermelon on top. And I'm also going to use this beautiful ribbon. I love this plaid ribbon. This is the black and white plaid ribbon. And I'm not sure if there's a black and vanilla plaid ribbon that came out in the mini catalog for the fall, and you can look for it in the store. It might still be available. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing is we're going to do the plaid background. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, and I'll show you how I handle I don't put this on a block. I don't even put the label on this. I don't think you need to put the label on here. So what I do is I take the stamp and just lay it down flat. Okay. Then I'm going to be using my green. So I'm going to do green on green. So I'm going to take my garden green ink pad and I'm just going to apply it. Excuse me. Here goes my voice again. Don't feel sad for me. I've had nobody to talk to all day so far. My husband went off to work really early this morning and I've not been talking. So that's why my voice is funny. You'd think it would go like that when I talk too much, but that's not the way it works. Okay, so depending on how much of a plaid you want, you could randomly stamp this, not worrying about whether you get full coverage, because you'll get kind of an interesting effect when you put it on your cardstock. But I'm going to do a well-covered piece here. I've not used it before, so I can see my ink is sort of pooling up on it. So we'll see how it stamps. I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, now the next thing I do is I use scrap paper. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper here. Okay, a piece of scrap grid paper here. And then what I do is I will place this right on top, like so. Then I grab another piece of scrap paper and I put it on top. And then I kind of rub. Okay. Now, if you have a brayer, and I just so happen to have a brand new brayer on my desk, so I'm going to take my brayer and I'm going to run it over so that I get the best coverage I can. There we go. So we can throw that out. And then we're going to pick this piece up and see. There we go. Look at that. That looks great. Okay, I'll set this aside. I'll actually stick it in my cleaning pad here. And I'll just leave it in there for now. All right, so we've got this nice piece ready. Let me just close my ink pad. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is grab my watercolor paper. I'm going to be fussy cutting because we don't have dies for this. I'm going to pull in my silicone mat because we're using photopolymer stamps. And then I'm going to do a couple of slices on here in this. Now, these stamps are really cool because they're a little bit distinctive. So they have a bit of a pattern on them. So I'm just going to stamp once. Oh, that's really pale. This color might not work. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be dark enough for watermelon. I might need to go and grab my, maybe sweet sorbet would be better. Let me just go grab my sweet sorbet. Hi, Sharon. How are you this morning? Sweet sorbet, where are you? When you don't want red, I pull sweet sorbet. I think it's great. It's a great color. So actually, let's do that again. I think that's a bit better. Now, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to add some water to this. Since I'm using watercolor paper, I'm going to add some water here. So we have our water brushes here. They're actually called our water painters. The nice thing about them is they come in 3 different sizes. Okay. The thing I'm not crazy about them is that they're really, really hard to squeeze the water out. There is a place that says push on it, but I find it still really hard to get the water out. Let me just give it a go. Now this tray is going to come in really handy. I want to drop some water in here. You see, it's really hard to squeeze the water out. So rather than struggle, I will give myself a little glass of water, and I will just do it the old-fashioned way. I still love the brushes. So there I have a little pool of water happening in here. Okay. And then I'm going to just sort of like dab over just to brighten the color up a little bit. And then I will have to wait for this to dry to add the little seeds. There's a little stamp for seeds. Okay, so I'm just brightening up the color here. And because I'm using the watercolor paper, it can take a lot of water. There we go. That should do it. See how it brightened it right up? So I'll just set it aside since I have something else to do. Other than that, you can dry it with our heat tool. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Perfect. All right, Carol's here. Hi. You like sweet sorbet too? I love sweet sorbet. It's a great color. So I thought I was going to use Flirty Flamingo for the watermelon, but it's just not bright enough. Okay, so here I have my card base. Here I have my lovely plaid background. So I can go ahead and glue this on. Let me just reach for my tape runner here. Please feel free to share some of your creations on my blog, just so we can see what you're making with your new stuff. And as I've been saying, if you comment, I have a door prize at the end of it. Now, my door prize for, customers is a gift certificate to shop my online store. But recognizing I have fellow demonstrators who are joining, I will have a separate prize for you. Okay? So you'll be entered into a draw as well. Okay, so there I have my plaid background on there. And then I've got my black layer and my white layer. And I'm going to stamp a little greeting on the bottom of this. So let's have a look. I need something short because it's a tiny piece of paper. So how about a thank you? I always need thank you cards. So I'm going to use this thank you. I got to find it. That's hello there. Thank you. Is that it? Can't get it off. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little block. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to do this in black. Just, ooh. There we go. Just a little thank you on there. Okay, and now I can glue this onto the black piece. All right, so that's ready for and then I'm going to tie a ribbon around it. I'll wait until I do my watermelon. Okay. Now, the other thing I need is, I'm sure this is dry. Yes, this looks dry. So what I need to do now, oh, I hope I left enough room down here. I need to add the rind on here. I forgot to do the rind. I'm going to get my head right over here. There we go. Now the rind does overhang a little bit. You can just trim that off. Okay, there's my rind. All right, so now I can do some fussy cutting. Now, fussy cutting watercolor paper is, I'm not going to say challenging, but it's, you want to make your piece as small as you can, because it's just easier to fussy cut. Because the paper's a little bit more stiff than our regular and I'm just kind of giving it a bit of a rough edge. I'm just following the watercoloring here because it's still a little bit damp. Could have left it dry a little bit longer. Okay, there's one piece. I want to wait till it's dry because I'm going to put the little seeds on there. Okay, so there's my 2 slices of watermelon. How many of you love watermelon? Do you enjoy a good slice of watermelon in the summer? Okay, so now I've got my little seeds. There's 2 stamps in here, and be very careful because there's a tiny, tiny, tiny 1 stamp for 1 little seed right here. And I already had lost it in here already. So what I do in this particular stamp set is I put them on the back, and then I put the original sheet the stamps came on, this plastic sheet. I put it on top to sort of secure them in there. Otherwise, when you open it, it could go flying. So, okay, so where's my black ink? Here we go. And I'm going to add these little seeds. Now I'm trying to think. They're great little raindrops too. If you're making a card and you think you need some little raindrops, you could use some little raindrops. Now, my husband and I usually buy seedless watermelons. I remember growing up, our watermelons had these big black seeds in them. Okay, so there's your seeds. Okay, and I'm going to put these on dimensionals, I think, just to raise them up. And I'm thinking a little Winkastella might be appropriate to look like they're nice and fresh dimensionals. And I'll grab my little dimensionals, just put a couple at the top. Grab my pokey tool. These are great that they're the same height. So you can use both of them. Okay. So I think I'm ready to stick. Oh no, I want to put, okay, I want to put the ribbon on. So let's, maybe we should put the ribbon on first. So I'm going to put a bit of tape on the back here just to hold my ribbon in place. I'm going to attempt a bow. I've got a watermelon piece stuck to my finger. Actually, I think I might just do a knot. Oh, there we go, Erica. Good knot. I'm going to bring out mine. I find having a really good pair of fabric scissors is the best for your ribbons. It makes a really swift, clean cut. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to put this on the card. My gosh, we're almost done. But we'll decorate the inside of our card too. Let's put this on here. Okay, and then we've got our little watermelon pieces. And put one here. And I'm going to put one here. There we go. Simple. A simple thank you. All right, let's do the inside of the card. I'm going to grab a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. I love that I took the time to cut a whole ream of basic white into 4 by 5 1/4 inch pieces. So I have a whole stack of them. They're all ready to go. Okay, so let's do some decorating on the inside. I think I might put the whole watermelon in there. See, there's that little, don't lose that. So let's put this on a bigger block. Bigger block. And I'm just going to grab my scrap paper again because I'm going to go off the edge, I think. Garden green. I'm trying to read your comment. You love watermelon? You both love watermelon. I don't know about you, but how did you find the watermelon this summer? I found it was not that great. Okay, this is a, yes, portrait card. Something's happening up. Oh my goodness, something's happening up on my roof. There must be a bird up there. And it's dropping something on the roof, or it could be a squirrel. I can hear dropping of something. There it goes again. Wow. And it's not windy. So I don't think it's coming from the trees. I'll have to go up and investigate. Okay, there's my watermelon. And then maybe I'll do a leaf. I love this leaf. Wait till you see this leaf if you haven't seen it before. And I think I'll do a stamp off. Just to make it. Okay, so there's the inside of our card. And I'll do the same thing on the envelope. There we go. There is our cute card for today. Let's add some Wink of Stella, and then we're done. Okay, I squeezed one the other day. There's more Wink in it, I think. Yes. I'm kind of not going to go over the black in case it smudges. Should be fine though. Okay. There's the card. I think that's kind of sweet. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you again for watching today. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I need to learn about, there's one stamp set I bought and it's an interactive card and I need to watch a video so I know how it works instead of wasting time trying to figure it out myself. I really admire people that do that and then post a video so that the rest of us can learn. But I will probably be back with that stamp set. It's very pretty stamp set. I'll tell you which one it is. Where is the catalog? I think it's called, what's it called? Hooray, hooray, hooray for surprises. It's this one here. And it's an interactive card. Apparently you peel off the top to reveal something underneath. And I thought it was really cute for birthdays. I love, love, love these adorable little birthday cakes. Aren't they cute? I love them. I love that card. And there's a peel away strip that might reveal a birthday greeting underneath. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of fun to learn how to make that. So that's probably what I'll come back to tomorrow. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. I leave you and enjoy the rest of your, here I go again, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I have to get used to switching cameras. The whole reason I wanted to use StreamYard was so that I could switch cameras from my desktop to me. And I keep forgetting to do it. So anyway, thanks again. See you tomorrow. Bye.